Understanding where a student stands academically can make a tremendous difference in how families approach the admissions journey. Because once families understand how grades, testing, and school selectivity interact, it becomes much easier to build a thoughtful school list and identify areas where improvement could strengthen the application. Because once families begin exploring private school options, the process can start to feel competitive. There are applications, testing requirements, student interviews, teacher recommendations, and often there are more applicants than available seats. They look at the schools on their list and they try to piece together whether admission is realistic. But this is where many families run into frustration, because when parents search online for answers to this question, they rarely find explanations that feel clear. Some articles emphasize how competitive admissions can be. Others suggest strong students usually find a place somewhere. Families see acceptance rates that may or may not apply to the schools they're considering, and instead of feeling clearer, the picture often becomes more confusing. Private school admissions doesn't work like a lottery. Admissions committees are evaluating students in a much more thoughtful way. They're looking at the student's academic profile, they're considering how the student approaches learning, and they're thinking carefully about how each admitted student fits into the class they are building. Private school admissions can feel intimidating when families are trying to estimate their chances without understanding the full picture. But once the admissions landscape becomes clearer, the process often feels much more manageable. Because the goal isn't simply to guess whether admission is possible, the goal is to understand where a student is most likely to thrive. If you're early in the admissions journey, or you're just starting to think about how to approach it in a more thoughtful and organized way, these are the kind of perspectives we explore here each week. Because when families gain clarity early, the entire admissions process often feels different. Thank you for being here.